Hi everyone, it's Ashley. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I just want to start by saying I know it's been so long since I brought you guys a new video. I am so sorry about that. Life has just been happening all around me, and I have not been able to get into my craft room, but I am so excited to be sitting down with you guys tonight and getting some things done for my husband and my father-in-law for Father's Day. Now, I do want to start this video by saying I did originally film this last night. However, for whatever reason, my audio didn't end up working. So this morning I woke up and kind of started to go through my footage to start editing, and come to find out there was no sound. So I debated on doing a voiceover or just kind of re-recording everything and starting again, and I decided to just go ahead and remake the video. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. Okay, so bringing in my first couple little elements here. Now this here, in this one here, I did have my Cricut go in and it drew this with the Cricut pin. And then it also went in and cut out also some areas there that you could see. And then I also did this one here for my father-in-law. And then same concept, the Cricut just went in and drew the font and then cut the shape around. So we're gonna go ahead and start with my husband's card. Now, this pre-made card base I got in a pack from Hobby Lobby. It came in just a variety of different little patterns. I'll try to link the video above where I showed the pack that I got. It's just a black background with these really cute little white polka dots. Now, as soon as I saw this, I immediately thought of space. That's immediately where my mind went. So I'm going to run with that and make this into a Father's Day card for my husband. Now, with that being said, you can see here, there are a couple little elements that are cut out. And I think in those spaces, I want to add just a little bit of pattern paper. I think just to add like a little bit of playfulness and fun. And I also think like, the balloons would have, some type of pattern to them or color. So I think this is just a cute little way to bring in just a little bit of extra pattern and texture. So with that being said, there is a little dot here. I'm going to see, I don't think I can move them down enough to where you won't be able to see it through the dot. So I think I'm just going to come in with a little pin here, and I'm just going to kind of very lightly just kind of go around where I want to make a little cut. And I just went in with a pair of scissors and just kind of cut where I made a little mark. And then as you can see, then it's just covering the balloons, right? And not that extra space. So that looks good there. I'm going to bring in my Barely Art craft glue here. I have on my precision nozzle. I'm going to try to kind of lift this up one side at a time and see if I can't get this glued down. Okay, sorry, had a little bit of glue drama, which let me tell you is absolutely one of my least favorite types of drama. I feel like my glue is just always just a little backed up, right? It's just always a little clogged. just enough to like not want to work. But anywho, I'm going to just kind of try to get this glued into place. I'm not worried about the back of this looking pretty, so no need to be worried about that. I just want to make sure that I'm getting glue in all of these little areas just to kind of give this a nice finished look. And then just bringing my little pickup tool here, I like to use this little pointy end. And then this is really good to just kind of get any excess glue from any of those areas where it's just kind of coming out of the sides. So if you have one of these, this works really, really well for that. Okay, so here is our first little element, just the little balloons. I think that is so cute. And look how much that adds just with that, right? Okay, so next I just have a piece of white cardstock. On his little visor here, it has a cutout. It looks like, to me, what would be like a reflection, right? So I thought the addition of just some white cardstock behind that would look really cute. And I think I did forget to mention, I did have my Cricut draw and cut this on a piece of, it's kind of like beige cardstock. So the cardstock itself is not quite white. However, this piece that I put on his little helmet there is white. So to me, it just gives it a cute little reflective look. There we go. And there's that last little element there. And look at that. Just those three little elements, I think, really just kind of give so much to this card. Now, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to color this or not. Now, looking at it, that it's done, I do think that I am going to go in with my alcohol markers and just give this a little bit of color. Nothing too crazy. It's definitely going to be on the simpler side as far as coloring goes. But I think the addition of just some colors here will really help kind of tie this all together. And plus, I think that I could really just use the time to slow down and do a little coloring. So I think I'll probably put on some music and you guys can just kind of watch me bring this little astronaut to life here. Okay, so this is how I kind of settled on my card. I kind of started to second guess myself there halfway through. So I pushed through and decided to kind of see it through. And I'm happy with the way it looks, thankfully. However, like I said, I was kind of second guessing if I should have colored it at all. Now, I am out of my favorite foam tape from the Dollar Tree, which you guys see me use all the time. So that's not really ideal to me just because I really do love that foam tape. It makes it so, so easy. But this is the other foam tape that comes from Dollar Tree. This is the one from the Crafters Square section. And this is just, I believe, the thinnest of the three that comes in the pack. And I like this one too. It's just not as thick, and I like more dimension than less. And I also just really like the size of the other squares. I just feel like they're really, really convenient. They're really easy to kind of cut down and customize. However, this is what I have on hand, so this is what we're using. And it will work just fine. So here is how my little card came out. Now, I will tell you, I did accidentally forget and put foam tape behind this little circle here. Now, it's not sticky because it's like raised, and I don't think my husband will really notice, but just be aware you do want to be careful not to put foam tape behind any cutouts that you have. But here is our first little card. I'm going to go ahead and really quickly get through our second one so we can move on. Okay, guys, so here are my two finished Father's Day cards. This one here is for my husband, and I'm just gonna write something inside along the lines of like out of this world father. And then this one here is for my father in law, and it just said, dads know a lot, grandpas know everything. So I love the way these came out. I am super glad to have them done. I love making cards, but I feel like I always kind of underestimate just how long they really take. So, with that being said, I am glad to have these done, and I'm also glad to be moving on to our next craft. Okay, so bringing in my first technically little blank. This here is a mug that I get from the Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure this is one that they have year round. It is just a solid ceramic mug. It does not have any kind of decoration or embellishment on it, but it is a really, really nice size. And I think it's just like a nice quality for $1.25. For me, it just gives me a really nice blank canvas to then add a design to. And, I don't feel so bad for only using it, only for maybe a season or two at a time. So, with that being said, I'll try to link it above. In my Mother's Day video, I made myself a mug that I told you guys was just for fun, but it said, "Go ask your father." And I just joked that I was making that for myself for Mother's Day. And my husband thought it was funny, and I thought it would be even funnier to turn around and kind of give him his own version for Father's Day. So I think I'll just like put it on the Keurig and have him like wake up to it on Father's Day. And I think he will just think it's so funny. Now, I did cut this out twice because I do plan to put this on both sides of my mug. So just kind of grabbing a corner of my transfer tape, I'm just going to kind of get that started. I'm going to bend down that carrier sheet and then pull it down to cover my design. Then I'll just go ahead and burnish this front and back. I just cut this out of a Cricut permanent vinyl in black. My husband, like most men, I believe, is just a simple man. So I didn't want to do anything too crazy. Just a classic kind of black lettering, I think will suit him the best. Now, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this as straight and centered as I can. You want to make sure that you're leaving enough room at the top for the person to sip. You don't want their lip to come in contact with the vinyl. Okay, so there's our first side. I think that looks so cute. Let's go ahead and do the other one. So using that same piece of transfer tape, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll just lay it down. I'm going to burnish front and back. And then I'm going to try to pull my carrier sheet away from my vinyl. Now, I didn't get it as straight on this side. So my lines on my transfer tape are a little crooked, but I'm going to try to just focus on my design the best I can. Luckily for me, my husband is left-handed, so the other side is the more important side. So at this point, however this side comes out is how it comes out, right? But there we go, not bad. I don't think it is too off center there, and I love it. I think that he's gonna think it's so funny. He thought that the one for Mother's Day was super funny, so I'm excited for him to get this. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and bring in another blank that I have from the Dollar Tree. Okay, now bringing in my next blank here, I did accidentally throw away the label. I cannot find it for the life of me. But this is a 40-ounce stainless steel tumbler in muted blue. This was from the Dollar Tree. However, it was in their plus section. So this was $5. And I will tell you that this is a dupe for obviously the Stanley Cup, but at a much, much lower price. Like I said, this was $5 from the Dollar Tree Plus section. Now, I have not used it. My husband every year gets a new cup for Father's Day, and every year for this is the third cup, so it must be the third year that I have done this exact design on a tumbler for him. So he is like absolutely definitely expecting the tumbler. Not necessarily like this one. I actually ordered him one off Amazon and it came like the day before I found this one at Dollar Tree. So I was kind of just waiting to come in and craft. And I found this one at Dollar Tree, and for $5 compared to the one I found on Amazon, I figured it was worth giving it a shot. Now, obviously, it was $5. I don't expect it to be the same quality as a Stanley. However, my husband only really needs it for like his drive to work, and then he leaves it in the car. So, I think that it's a great price point, especially if, things kind of get lost. But I was super excited to find this little mug here. And I thought that this would be a great little tumbler for his Father's Day cup. With that being said, I'm only going to put this design on one side. And like I said, my husband is left-handed, so I'm actually going to put this like facing away from him. And that's just personal preference. You could absolutely put this on either side. You could put it on both sides, whatever you like to do. Same thing, I'm just going to use my weeding tool to grab just a corner of that transfer tape. I'm going to bend back just about an inch of that carrier sheet. I'm going to lay that down on my design, pulling the rest of that carrier sheet away. Let's go ahead and burnish this front and back. Okay, and then bringing in our little mug here, I'm going to try to just get this as centered and as straight as I can. Not looking for perfection, but I would like to get it as straight as I can just because the nature of the design is very, very straight, right? So I think it's very noticeable if you kind of get it a little off. So hopefully I did an okay job here. Okay, not bad. I think it looks pretty good actually. What do you guys think? Like I said, this is the third year that I've made him a mug with this exact design. He loves it. He looks forward to getting a new cup every single Father's Day, and it's kind of become like his thing. So I am so excited with how this came out. I am loving it. Okay, so as I kind of set up for our last two crafts, I have to ask you guys, are any of you into digital planning? I have to admit, I recently got into digital planning. So I got an iPad mini, and you guys, this has just become like such an obsession for me. I have like fallen into such a rabbit hole of digital planning. Well, you guys have to let me know. I have been so into watching like digital planning videos. So I've like definitely fallen down the rabbit hole of digital planning videos. They have become so like relaxing and calming to me. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what are like some other types of videos that you love watching on YouTube other than crafting videos, of course. I know for me, another one that I really love to watch, which I feel like it's kind of like taking it back, are like what's in my bag videos. I love what's in my bag videos. And I also really enjoy like sheet load of card videos where people will take like one 12 by 12 piece of paper and like make as many cards as they can out of it. Or like usually it's one like 12 by 12 like paper pack, or just kind of like whatever they have left over in that paper pack, and they will just make as many cards as they can from what's in the pack. And oh my goodness, those are like super relaxing too. So you guys let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions. Also, let me know down in the comments below if you are into digital planning, or if it's something that you've like thought about or have gotten into. Okay, so I did zoom you guys out just a little because my next two projects are iron on, and I wanted to give you guys a good look. So just bringing in my first blank here. This is just a little dress that I got from Target. It is just their brand, the Cat and Jack. It's in a 4-5. My daughter is 4 years old. I thought it would be cute to make her a little shirt, or what ended up being a dress for her to wear on Father's Day, kind of, after the activities. And I also know that my husband would just eat it up. He lives for it. So, with that being said, I thought that this would just be so cute to put Daddy's Girl right on the little dress for her to wear on Father's Day. I just cut this out of that really pretty white glitter iron on. You guys have seen me use this more than a few times. It's super forgiving. I use it all the time. I love it. I am going to press this on 330 for 30 seconds. And then I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over, and I'll probably press it for about 15 more seconds from the back. Thank you to everyone who has reached out to make sure that I was okay. I am a-okay. Just busy and busy, right? So I did go ahead and rip up that liner. I feel like sometimes when I rip it up, it's a little harsh. So I like to just give it a little additional heat, maybe about 15 seconds or so, just to ensure that it's really down. I didn't see anything lifting, but just in case. Okay, so as that cools, I'm gonna go ahead and start weeding our last and final project here. This is going to be a shirt for my husband. He typically always gets a tumbler and a shirt, so that's kind of like what he expects every year. And I am not one to disappoint my husband, so here we are. And I think that this will be a winner. Like I said before, my husband is a simple man, so nothing crazy, but he does enjoy a good dad shirt. So now this liner is so sticky. Like literally probably the stickiest substance on the earth. And I also cannot see like any of the cuts, so I'll be back. Okay, so that looks just about good to me. I'm gonna go with it. Now, I did end up making this just about 13 inches long. I did not want to bring out my long mat, however, so I simply just sliced off my first letter and then it placed it like underneath these two letters, and then I was able to cut it on, and then I was able to cut it on my 12 by 12 mat, right? So I'm not sure how much you guys will or won't see of that. This ended up kind of being a fail. I think I just kind of started to rip it off See, even now, it's still not really sticking. I may try to go in and kind of fix it, but as you can see, like this is messed up. I feel like my D got way wonky. It's messed up here. And all in all, this was just not my night for iron on. So I think that this one is just to be continued. Okay, guys, really quickly, I also just wanted to show you two things that I found recently at the Dollar Tree that I will also be including with his gift. I just found this little Dad's Garage Always Open sign. He is a garage guy, so I thought this was super cute. I also found this little picture frame here, and I just thought it was a really nice little addition, and it says Dad. So this will also be going to him for Father's Day. Okay, guys, that's all I have time for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me and also for waiting for this new video. I'm so sorry it's been so long. We definitely had a little bit of a rough start to our summer break, kind of getting into the routine of not quite having a routine was a little challenging. However, we are going into our second week strong, and I think that things will be hopefully a lot smoother this week. Guys, I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough. I absolutely cannot believe that I am even saying that out loud. So, thank you to every single person that continues to support me with every single video. I make these for you guys, and I absolutely love, love, love hearing from you. So, make sure you leave me a comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite from tonight. Guys, I hope to see you so, so soon. But until then, I hope that you guys have a great week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.